Well, folks, tomorrow night is the night Donald Trump and Joe Biden are set to have their very first presidential debate of this election season. And Donald Trump is already trying desperately to convince the public that President Biden is somehow going to cheat by being on drugs. That's right. On Monday of this week, Donald Trump came out on Truth Social and demanded once again that President Biden be drug tested prior to the event. But don't worry, because Donald Trump also says he'll gladly submit to a drug test. Here's what Trump put on Truth Social, plain and simple. Drug test for crooked Joe Biden. I would also immediately agree to one. Well, there you have it. I mean, pretty cut and dry. He's demanding President Biden take a drug test. He says he'll agree to one as well. And there's a couple things about that I want to point out. First and foremost, you can take a drug test without President Biden taking one too, by the way, right? Like, you don't have to wait for Biden to agree to take one before you take one yourself. So this doesn't have to be a conditional thing. If you want to prove to the public that you're not all jacked up on something, feel free to take a drug test. Not to mention the fact that the kind of drug test that you would need to do, because obviously President Biden's not on street drugs, he would be, if Republicans are accurate, right? Dr. Ronnie Johnson, Sean Hannity, all these other people that have called for drug tests, he would probably be on some kind of prescription. In that case, a simple urine test probably would not be able to detect it, and instead you would need to perform a blood test, which would take weeks. You know, you probably rush it, maybe get it done in a couple of days, but you're not going to get instant results like you would with a pee stick. So I don't even think you know how drug tests work, Donald. But again, you're free to take one, right? Like, go get your blood drawn now. We'll see if we can get the results done before Thursday evening, but it ain't going to happen. And it specifically is the fact that it's not going to happen that Donald Trump is depending on. After all, I mean, if President Biden did actually do a drug test showing that he's not on something, then Trump's whole talking point would disappear, right? He'd have nothing to blame a potentially pathetic performance at the debate on. He couldn't say, well, my opponent was jacked up. Trump doesn't want Biden to take a drug test because that would eliminate all the doubt. If he doesn't take the test, Trump can keep making these claims, and then, of course, his base will blindly believe it. But here's another part of this. Even if President Biden were, as again, Trump and Sean Hannity and Ronnie Jackson have suggested, even if he is pumped full of something, that's not technically illegal, right? If he gets it from his doctor, whether it's, Adderall or some kind of other amphetamine type thing, that's not illegal. Okay. This is not professional sports. Okay, we don't have to drug test for performance-enhancing drugs to determine if Biden's going to be suspended for the next few debates, right? This isn't baseball. It's not football or basketball. This is presidential politics. And not that I'm saying I want Biden to be hopped up on Adderall, but even if he were, again, if his doctor prescribes it for him, that is totally not even illegal. It's not even against the debate rules. Like, Biden could rip a line off his podium in the middle of the debate, and that's technically not against the debate rules. Now, obviously, we don't want him doing that, nor do I think he would. But the point is, this is all Donald Trump's coping mechanism to prepare his base for when he loses the debate. Because it's not going to be because he went off on these tangents. It's not going to be because Trump is cognitively impaired. Oh, no. Any poor performance from Donald Trump tomorrow night is only going to be because President Biden was hopped up on something. And just for the record, so everybody is aware, tomorrow evening, 30 minutes before the debate is set to begin, I will be doing a live stream pre-debate analysis. So make sure you tune in right here on Fair and Balanced. I will be doing 30 minutes prior to the debate. I will not be live streaming the debate itself, but we will do a 30-minute chat prior to it. Hey everybody, I don't know if you've noticed this, but we are closing in on a pretty major milestone here at Fair and Balanced as we approach 500,000 subscribers. But we're not there yet, and we definitely need your support. So if you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel, and don't forget, like and comment on the videos and share them as widely as possible.